Okay, so here we go with video number 3, where we're going to finish assignment 2. We have so far created a website, which is already represented in our root folder with the index file, where we have our name and the link to assignment 2. And we do have the assignment 2 folder built with an index page inside. I'm going to open them both at the same time since I'll be talking about these extensively for the next few minutes. So assignment 2, as I said before, we just put in the assignment 2 part at the top and return to home page just to sort of fill it in. Not necessarily have to delete anything, but we could start to add some text. I'm going to go after the assignment 2 folder, press enter, and type in the word CSS gallery. And here what's going to take form is going to be, we're going to visit a few websites. We're going to find CSS design that we like. You may have already some in mind. You know, you would really like that one website that one time. If you recall what it is, you can go and find it, or you can find new ones. You can always find new favorites. People are very proud of their work, and they'll post galleries online to let you know, look at this, look what I did. And hopefully at the end of this class you can have, you know, a couple of sites that you can say, hey, look what I did, and have your own CSS design gallery with your own CSS designs. So let me see if I can find in my screen, and I know you can't see most of my screen, some of the things that I was looking at just before. I may be coming back to this site. I went to this page called csswinner.com, and the way that I found this site was that making a search on Google for CSS Design Awards. I got lots of results. There's Best Web Design Awards, CSS Reel, etc., etc. There's even a Facebook page. I'm going to go back to the one that I was in just now, csswinner.com, and basically they go and they scope out really neat CSS design and find some things that you like. The object of this particular assignment is, if you can find 5 websites that you feel that you can get inspiration from, that'd be great. You know, it could be something that you can do in a later assignment. Try to recreate some of the look, some of the feel of that website. I'm going to go to the next page, see what else I see, and I think it's the same thing, just displayed a little bit different. Well, let's see. There's the world's strongest coffee. Here, the Death Wish Coffee Company looks to be fairly bold, a very straightforward type of design. Just for kicks, I'm going to click on that one. And it takes me within its website. This is still not the website itself. I'm still in csswinner.com. But I think I can just press on that picture. It takes me to deathwishcoffee.com. And it actually displays me what the website looks like. I don't think I want this ad, so I'm going to close that, and I'll see what else I see. This is a pretty neat site. It's got lots of good design. It's weird content, but hey, you know, you can always change the content for your own pages. Let me bring in a notepad. This is the same one I was using earlier. I'm just going to create a new document there, and I'm going to start to copy these websites. I'll copy that, and I'll paste it. If you're in a Mac, you can either use the TextEdit, or you can go and find a program called TextMate. It's free and it's pretty handy to use. On PC, which is what I'm using right now, I'm using Notepad++, which I like better than just a regular Notepad. So this is one site. I'm going to go and find another one. I'm going to close this, and I'm going to come back to see what else they got. This is neat. This one here, EQ Design. I'll click and make my way to the page. eqdesign.co.uk. Let me move this out of the way so I can see what's going on. And it's kind of nice. Even if you can't see at the very top what it's about, as long as you get an idea by looking in the rest of the page, you know that that's a page that you might want to go back to, and that's what we want to end up with, is a page that reminds you of some cool sites that you saw and you can go back and take a look at. I'm going to copy this as well, select, copy, and then paste it. I'm going to pick one more. I would like for you to find 5. Just in the interest of keeping this video short, I'm going to do maybe 3. And just think that if you can go and find 2 more, you'll be done in how long have I been talking? 5 minutes. You'll be done in 7 to 10 minutes, just finding your favorite new sites, or your new favorite sites, whichever one makes more sense. Cars past, present, and future. I'm going to click on that. That looks like neat design as well. And wait for it to come in. And here it comes. Wow. If it takes too long, oh, I see. It's got lots of animation, and it's pretty neat. But it may be a little bit too much for what I want. I think that it wouldn't make any justice to sort of make a thumbnail of this and post it. But if you like the site, or a site like this, I'm not going to stop you. So I'll do the same thing here. I'm just going to copy that and add it to my list. And now I have 3. So what needs to happen next, and if you've already seen the assignments on the regular notebook, rather on the regular Blackboard page, you know that I would like for you to go and visit all your sites and get the screen captures. There's another way to do this that's a little bit more convenient, just because it will always do it right for you. I'm going to start with Death Wish Coffee. I'm going to copy that link again, and I'm going to go to this website. It's called shrinktheweb.com. shrinktheweb.com, just one word, where you can capture website screenshots. I'm going to select the HTTP and delete that with the backspace, and I'm going to paste deathwishcoffee.com and tell it to capture. And was that it? Was that really quick? I think so. Unfortunately, it brought in some of the advertising that was already there. I'm going to see if I reload this, if anything happens, if it goes any different. Let me go back and see what's going on. I wish that the ads would just go away after the first time, but apparently since we went through this site, I'm going to go back to Shrink the Web. I'm going to try to post this again and see if it does any different. Well, it's got an ad. How about I go to the About page or the shop, or the blog. Well, I like the front page, but that's not going to cooperate with me, not right now. So let's see. I'm gonna go to shop, coffee, and I'll copy that and see if I get a different result when I go back to Shrink the Web. Okay, so now I'm in line. It's 31 new thumbnails ahead of me. I'm going to reload and press F5. And this might take a while. I might have to stop the video at some point just so that I can come back in and check. But let's see, still going. It takes 15 seconds to load a website. The first time, I guess I got pretty lucky. I was at the very front of the line. So I'm going to pause this video. I'll come back when this generates something. I'm at 8:58, almost 9. Okay, so about 30 seconds went by, and I was able to get a new one, and I see that it's got the ad still, so that's going to be inevitable, at least with this site. So I'm just going to skip it. I'm not going to do this site. I'm going to go back to my list and take it off. I'm going to copy the next one. Copy that. I could have made a regular screen capture, but then you would need Photoshop, or you would need something else to make a thumbnail. And this way, if we can get to a page that will cooperate, you'll have a thumbnail that you can use right away. So I'm gonna see how long this waits, or this takes, how long we have to wait. And let me pause, and I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so that was like 5 seconds. So I see that I have several sizes of this web page. It's not the history of cars, but it's rather this one, eqdesign.co.uk. We design brand identities, and I have the thumbnail ready for me. I'm going to hover, and it tells me that it's 320 by 240 pixels. That's a good size. I'm right-clicking and tell it to save the image as. And hopefully you have your site on your desktop and it's called Web2 in the folder. Mine is somewhere else. So just let's pretend that you're getting to your Web2 in your desktop, and I'm getting to my Web2 where I put mine. Mine is actually, I have a shortcut on my desktop called IMED, etc. Here's my Web2. So if you get to your Web2, you should have assignment 2 and assignment 3 folders. This belongs to assignment 2. I'll double click assignment 2 to open it. I'm going to create a new folder from Windows by clicking on the new folder. If you are on a Mac, there is a similar button, but I think it's at the bottom of the window, that allows you to create a new folder. And I'm going to call this one Images. Once it's created, I'll double click to open it. And rather than calling it Xeno.jpg, I'm going to call it Thumb01 and save. I just pressed enter. So I have one out of the way. I'll go back to the shrink the web page, and I'll bring in the history of cars. Copy that. Pressing Control C. It's Command C on a Mac. And I'll paste, well actually that's the same one that I just had. So let me make sure I have the right one. And there it is, history of cars, etc. I guess I didn't really need to open it. I just needed to copy it. Go into shrink the web and paste it, historyofcars.lookers.co.uk. Once again, this process for 11 new thumbnails to do. Hopefully it won't take more than 10 seconds. It hasn't been very long for the past one, so I'm clicking on that link to check. And I'm going to pause and come back. Okay, so 30 seconds later, here we are. Actually, this is a very neat thumbnail. I'm going to right click on that, tell it to save the image as. I'm already in that folder. I have Photoshop installed. That's why I see this thumb1.jpg. This only happens on a PC. If you're on a Mac, you should actually be able to see what the file looks like. I'm going to click on thumb1.jpg just so I can pick up the name and change the number to 2, thumb02. And rather than doing the 3, I'm going to do just the 2. But please, for your assignment, do 5 of these. It shouldn't take that much more longer. If you are on a PC and you just wanted to sort of get a feel of what the website looks like, so say this one, there's an application called Snippet. It's a snipping tool actually. It should be included with Windows 7 and up. I'm running Windows 10. Snipping tool. I just went to the start menu and clicked on it and typed in snipping. What this will allow you to do is to say click on new. It will turn everything sort of grayish, but it'll give you a new cursor. You can click, hold, and drag and say this is what I want my snippet or my snip to look like. I'll let go and it shows me on a screen this is what you copied. I'll make it fit on my screen so you can see what's going on. Then I can just either copy it, or I can create a new file, or I can save it, and I would regularly be able to just save this straight onto my desktop. So I'll close that because I already have the images that I need. I'm going to minimize this. Actually, I'll close this file and this file. Shrink the web. I already have a shortcut, so I'll just shrink that. And here I'll go back to my page, IMED-2415.weareidt.com. Okay, so in assignment 2, which we already have open in Dreamweaver, we're going to start to add the CSS gallery. I'm just going to do the first 2 of the gallery since I only have 2 pictures. So I'm going to insert a file, actually an image. Go to the insert menu and tell it to insert an image. And I should already be on assignment 2. I'll just double click on my images folder. It shows me thumb1. I'll click OK. And I can click right after that I'll see a big cursor blink, and then I press enter, and I'll insert another picture. Insert image, and it'll be thumb 2. If I want to be a little bit more descriptive about this, I need to say, well, this is actually eqdesign.co.uk, whatever that stands for. I already forgot. I should have written that down. I do have the links copied here. I guess it would be just as simple as copying that and going to see what this actually looks like on the page. I copied and I pasted, and the company is called, well, we'll just say it's EQ Design. So in Dreamweaver, after the thumbnail, I'll click again to get that cursor, press enter. Well, not there. Actually, before, I'll press enter, and then right above that I will put in EQ Design, colon. Here's the picture. Let's see, do I want to have some sort of a border around this? Maybe that would make it a little bit easier to see. I might come back and do that in a little bit. And actually, I'm sort of hovering down here, but I don't think that we have the border option anymore. That's something that would have to be done in CSS, and we're not yet at that point with this particular assignment. Although later on you can come back and add borders to this. If you'd like, I can just create another video that shows you how to put in a border. So in the meantime though, EQ Design on top, I'm going to copy the URL. Let's copy that. I'm going to highlight the EQ Design text and make it bold, just so that I can see it a bit better. And the link, I'm going to click inside the link, right click and tell it to paste. I could have also pressed Control V as in Victor for paste, press enter, and now my EQ Design actually will link to this site. If I click on the picture, I also get a link property, which I can do the same thing too. Right click, paste, enter, and now this one will actually link to the same website. After the EQ Design thumbnail, I'll type in just an enter, and cars, past, present, and future, I'll just call this cars. Well, I'll give it the same name, why not? Past, present, and future, colon, highlight that, make it bold, and give it the link of the history of cars.lookers.co.uk. Copying that with Control C, highlight my title, type in, or rather paste the URL, do the same thing with that one. Select the picture, paste the URL. So now I have a real fast and dirty gallery. I can make a couple of additional changes. I can click on and select assignment 2, change the format from paragraph to heading 1. CSS gallery, just as a subtitle, we'll go and make this heading 2. And if I'd like, I'll press enter and I'll tell it to insert something else here. I'll insert a rule, and the rule should be on HTML, maybe? HTML, and you can't see it on your screen, but all the way to the bottom, or close to the bottom, there's a link that says horizontal rule. I clicked on that and that was added. I can delete that space so that it's a little bit tighter there. After the We Design brand identities, I'll click on that. Oh, and by the way, the reason why you're not seeing, I should have started with that, all my code, but hopefully you have more space on your screen, is because I switched from code split, which it was split, I could see the design in the code, to just design. I'm going to go back to split because I want to see where I am, and that's where there is a space on that enter somewhere around here. I'm going to replace this with HR, that's a horizontal rule, and then go back to just design, and I have my assignment 2, CSS gallery, have a rule, have a link, and some thumbnails, and then return to home page. Like I said, for your assignment, please do 5 of these. I'm going to publish this really quick. Go to publish and put. This is where it becomes very important to say yes to all so that everything's saved, and very important that all dependent files be included in the transfer. That means that these 2 pictures that I put in will be uploaded as well. It's going to tell me what it's doing. It's thumb 1 and thumb 2 are gone. I saw them flash there. Index 2 is already built. It's already taking us to assignment 2, so I'm not going to be too concerned about that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to close it. I'm going to close this one too. And I'll go back to my Internet Explorer and I'll reload the page. So now I see assignment 2, CSS gallery, and I have my EQ design. If I click on that, it'll take me to the EQ design website. I can go back, and I clicked on the link on top. I can click on the picture and it'll do the same thing. It'll take me to that website, and hopefully once you get all 5 things in there, you'll be able to navigate to everywhere where you want to go. If you find it annoying that it's opening up the window and closing your old one, what you can do, and might as well tell you really quick, is that if you go back to that page, index inside assignment 2, and you were to highlight these links, you can change the target from no value to blank. Same thing on the picture. Link, the target will be blank, and all that means is that it will open up a new window and display the new target site there. Change the target to blank, and then finally the same thing with this one, target blank. I'll publish this, just put it yes to all, yes. And let's see how that works. I'll reload this page. I'll click on any one of these, and I have a new tab that open. My assignment 2 is still here. But then at least this way we won't get lost. We can come back to our page fairly quick. So if you do another 3 for this, that'd be great. And in the next video or videos, we're going to do assignment 3, which will introduce some CSS into the design.